In this video, we'll be taking a look at the Mandalorian and Grogu for the Mando Kreis Vintage Collection set. Kind of a unique set that we got, as you can see here. It's a lot wider of a package than what we're used to getting, and to this day, this is the only one that Hasbro's done in this style of package. And instead, they've elected more for the box sets that we've been getting for a lot of the deluxe action figures, which I think was for the better. This wider style of card that we got for this set, it looks kind of odd, and it seems like a lot of people agree with that. So even though we can't really see the figure inside the box, I think it's a better deal that we've gotten with the box sets instead of this one. This isn't a set I really intended on getting. I was just browsing on Walmart one day and I saw it was up for like $14 or $15. About the price that a normal TVC action figure is these days, so I thought, well, I'll go ahead and get them. If anything, just for the spiders here. Which, from my understanding, these three spiders that you see here were in some original EU material back in the late 70s and early 80s. I think it may have been a Marvel comic or something of that nature. It's not something I follow too closely with. They look pretty neat. I have seen some people buy this set just for the spiders alone, and they have an entire mountain of them. And if you have the Razor Crest, I've seen some people completely decorate their Razor Crest with just the spiders alone. So pretty impressive. But anyways, let's just go ahead and dive into this package here. So even though it's a much wider card than normal, in fact, I'll just show you what it looks like side by side with another one here. Big difference. But it is a nice card art there. Mandalorian. And even though he's listed as VC211, I believe there's another one that's VC211 as well, so there's two action figures that share that number. And the other figures advertised, I have a lot of these reviewed on the channel now. This one is Mithril, Lobot, Bit Fortuna, Lando, Bo-Katan, the Hoth Rebel Soldier, and IG-11 are all reviewed now. So the only one missing is Cully. So that's the card art. Like I said, only one to this date that Hasbro's made in that style, and I'm glad they haven't continued that trend. I don't think it looks very good at all, and it looks very odd, and it doesn't display well with a lot of the other card arts. So let's go ahead and take a look at Mando first. And we'll just set Grogu over here. So it's the same Mando that we've gotten in so many other previous releases. The only real innovative feature about this is the rock wrinkles there, which I think this is either the very first or the second Mando action figure that we got that featured rock wrinkles for the TVC line. This one looks really nice. I did review this Mando right here previously, which is basically the same exact thing as this, other than I think maybe some paint differences. Like this one has a little bit more of a snow effects on him, or blizzard, or ice. So you can see throughout his armor, and on his feet there he has some snow debris. And we'll just compare the ankles there real quick. Hasbro does do a pretty good job of masking the rocker ankles where you can barely tell between the two. So at least for my sample, Hasbro did do a nice job with the paint detailing. It's not sloppy, it's not any misprints or anything like that compared to this one that I mentioned previously. And I haven't really heard any complaints about it. Looks like he has some ice on his visor there. There's a little ice on his cape there. And a little down here. So in terms of articulation, same as this Mando over here, but it's the ball joint to head, ball and shoulders, and elbows, and hinged wrists, which both go up and down, I believe. Yeah. Hinged torso, and then hinged hips with the swivel thigh, and hinged knees, and of course rocker ankles for this one. Unfortunately, you can't really get a stand on them too well. That's about the best I can do, unless you cut the peg, of course. But I don't really like doing that with my stands in case I ever need to use them for another figure. And then it then doesn't end up working out. In terms of weapons and accessories, just for Mando, he just comes with his pistol, which is the same exact one that we've been getting. He does not come with his rifle. But he does have a slot here for the jetpack and for his where you can plug the rifle in. So if you have a spare one laying around, you can give him one. And for Grogu here, I've gotten enough of these over the last couple years. Can have a whole army of Grogus at this point. Very tiny creature. Wait, he does have a little uniqueness about him with having the ice on his robes there. And he does have a little articulation about him. Technically he has a joint at the head and then his arms like to pop out too. But he does have joints at his shoulders. And he even has a peg where you can put him on a stand if you want. But it's not really necessary. He's totally flat here, so he has no problem standing. So you can see how he looks beside Mando there. Very small piece. And to think that Hasbro released Grogu as an individual TVC figure and charged, what was it, $12 or $13.99 for him, and the only other major accessory that he came with was his bed capsule. That's Grogu. Then next let's get into these spiders here. So like I said, I do know these are featured in some very early EU material, but I'm not exactly sure what it was. I'm pretty sure it was a comic though, and it's one I've never read. And I'm pretty sure it either came out before Empire Strikes Back or just after. So these guys have been around for a while. Pretty interesting. He has what I assume is, I think that's where his eggs there pop out, which is what I think that accessory next to Grogu is. He's pretty stable, has 8 legs as you would expect for a spider. And 2 of them are articulated in the front here. They are on a joint where you can rotate them around. And there's one back here too that it's a little bit on a swivel joint. Same with that one. And so it looks like the 2 in the front and the 2 in the back here can rotate. And these 2 here and these 2 here don't look like they have any articulation about them. And he stands pretty stable on his own, no problems there. Then for the 2 little ones, and these ones don't have any articulated legs at all, but it's not really necessary for them. Their legs are in slightly different positions, so they're not exactly identical, as you can see there. And for the last piece here, which I assume is some type of egg, almost looks like a canopic jar or something like that. And it looks like it has some green ooze coming out of it. But other than that, I think that's really all there is I can tell you about this. Would I recommend it for your collection? I would. It's probably, if you could only pick one Mando for your collection, it's either this one or this one is probably the one I would say you should get. Even though this one has some ice features painted on him, and same with Grogu, I don't think it's that big of a deal. It kind of gives that nice texture to him. And I think it looks really good. Plus he has the rocker ankles, which is a nice bonus. Does not have the cloth cape though, but I don't think it's really a big deal for Mando. It's not a hindrance for him at all, and in some ways the plastic cape probably looks better anyway. So it's a pretty nice set. I think this originally retailed for like $27.99, which I think is ridiculous for this. I know this is considered a deluxe set, but this is not a $30 set. If you get this more in the $15 to $20 range like I did, I think that's more fair. I have seen the set go down as low as like $10 or $11 even on Walmart. These days I don't think Walmart's really selling them. I got this about 11 months ago at this point. So probably your best bet going forward is going to be eBay. But even on eBay, I still think you'll be able to find this for a decent price. It was not really a hot seller. Maybe at first it was, but over time it wasn't. At this point, we've been getting kind of saturated with a lot of Mandos in both the Black Series and the Vintage Collection. And even though Mando's a popular character, I don't think most people need more than a handful of Mandos in their collection. So anyways, that concludes this review. I hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned for more reviews in the future. There will be plenty more to come. And if you haven't already, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. I greatly appreciate your support. And check out some of the links in the description as well. And thanks for watching.